Hello people, I'm Ginny Metherell and I'm a 4th generation witch. Today's video is the part 2, as I thought I should update you as to what happened with my back off witch video, because there has been developments. So Bad Witch, as I like to refer to her, failed to listen to me. I did tell her and, shouted quite clearly, back off witch, leave me alone. She couldn't get through my wards because my wards will protect against literally everything. And so she wasn't able to do so. However, she kept trying. And in order to make herself stronger, she was stealing other people's prana, their magical ability, to try and get through my wards to get at me. I have been monitoring these attacks and I keep saying to her, stop it, otherwise I will have to take action. And she has been ignoring me. Last night it came to a head. I had warned Bad Witch previously that if she did not stop attacking me, I would bind her. And last night this is what happened. She was rattling away at my wards, trying to get at me, and after a lot of persuasion by varying people, I decided to do the binding spell. Now, the binding spell you have to do psychically. So I went to her and found that she'd put up a ward herself. It wasn't a very good one, obviously, because with a bit of pushing, I immediately broke it down. However, she had learnt that to put up wards, so, that's quite good. I went in and I said, I have asked you repeatedly to stop attacking me, so now I'm going to bind you. But she just didn't believe me. I then made the binding spell. So using my own prana, I took and I threw cords of power about her, binding her magically. I was very specific in what I was binding her for, which was she is now unable to cause harm or do harm to any other person through witchcraft, because I have bound her. Now, the reason this took me so long to do is because it's a really big deal. By binding the Bad Witch, I have become her jailer. And as a result, because I'm her jailer, she has become my responsibility. And she is my responsibility until I die, whereupon the spell will be broken, or should I choose to break it sooner. I don't really want to have this woman as my responsibility, but because I have prevented her from doing anything harmful with her witchcraft, she now is. What this means is that this Bad Witch has effectively got a hotline to me, whereas I will teach her the ways of love and witchcraft, which is something that I believe everybody should use at all times, because it is only ever for the good. I'm going to try and help her use her witchcraft for love throughout the rest of her life. Now, I don't think this is going to work very well, because obviously as her jailer, she is just ignoring me. She's ignored me previously, and she doesn't believe me previously that I can do this, and she won't believe me now. The reason is that her home life is not great. She's been neglected by one parent and spoilt and neglected by another. So this has caused a sort of perfect tsunami in her life, that she doesn't understand how to use love and how to promote love through witchcraft and use it for the good. So I'm going to try my hardest for the rest of my life to help her as her jailer. She will never be able to break these bonds because she doesn't have the, I don't know what it's called, the thing that's needed to break the bonds. If someone's to do this to me, I could break those bonds easily because I just know how, but she can't. Once I had made the spell, it was very interesting because I then went to sleep because I was quite tired. It's quite a big spell to do. It uses a lot of energy and I needed to, recoup some of that energy. It was also quite late. So I went to sleep, I started dreaming, and when I dream, I am leaving my wards and heading astrally out into the world. And that's where she met me. And she was furious. She screamed at me so much that she woke me up. I was like, oh, what's going on? Oh God, she's here. And I thought she was with me in the room for a bit, but no. She was so cross. She was horrified and appalled that I could actually do this to her. The arrogance of her youth had made her feel invincible, and unfortunately, this was not the case. So, we shall see. I wish I'd had me growing up. I think I'm marvellous. Oh well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you have done a binding spell sooner? I have prevented her from harming other people, but now she is my responsibility. I did try. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Do give me a subscribe, and I'll see you next week.